Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS and the inventor of the CTKS method that reveals smart money buy and sell levels, and Borsog trading, which helps you to get in sync with the markets. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, as well as the stock market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and the Crypto Trading KS Masterclass. Please seek out an CTKS ambassador to get 80% off. And if you're in financial hardship, you can always apply for the partial scholarship. The link is in the description as well. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Please consider sharing and liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 1.37% to $20,059. Ethereum is down 0.72% to $13.50. I'm delighted to announce that ART has put forward a CTKS partial masterclass scholarship. Thanks so much, Art, for your generosity. As a community, we subscribe to smart money concepts and principles. The first thing that we do is to understand that the market never knows us, but it does reward our level of knowledge. That's why we do our Borsog code each and every day. This helps us to understand what the market could potentially do from our perspectives. It helps you get into synchronization with the market, and then you can do your risk management. What is the probability? And these all add up to 100%, and they become part of the code down here. What is the percent of likelihood of price going against you, going nowhere, or going for you? And we always consider the going against us first, and then how synchronized in with the market do we feel? Do we have the Midas touch? Are we predicting everything perfectly? Or is it going the other way? As crypto technical analysts, we have a very scientific way of looking at the crypto market. In fact, we look beyond the crypto market into the main stock markets and also into Forex. We understand that all markets are interdependent on each other. But before we buy or sell, we subscribe to positive excellence. That allows us to master our emotional control and fear. When fear is in charge of your buying and selling decisions, it will always put you on the wrong side of the trade and the wrong side of the percentage. We know from Rule 225, which is shared inside the masterclass, that Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. We can see that global stock markets have had a little bit of a bounce just recently. And masterclass students, you get this live chart in LV19. The markets are at a pretty critical juncture because what we're actually doing, if we look at the S&P 500 and compare it to the 9 sell-offs and recoveries in the S&P 500 since 1966, we notice something very important here. You can see this previous low. We've gone lower. We've actually come back up to this resistance level. It's critical that we rally above this resistance. If we actually fall down here, we don't make it above this previous resistance level, it means the sellers are too strong and they will push price in all probability down below this particular low. This is a critical time for the stock markets and for crypto. A lot of people are predicting a GFC type sell-off, but that's not confirmed just yet. We could still break to the upside. Looking at the All Country World Index, the ACWI, we can see that we had a good strong follow through in global markets in the past trading session. We note that we're still under resistance, but this is a very positive sign. There was a potential to come down and test this lower low around this particular area, but we didn't do that. We actually put in a higher low. If we maintain it, that's what we're focused on right now. If we find that we start to drop down on the ACWI and take out this previous low around the 322 mark, just have your risk management strategy in full swing. As professionals, smart money, traders and investors, we work from probability. Probability is what you need to work from. And what we see in the DXY, the US dollar currency index, we see that the dollar rallied from this very strong support, this structural buy line at 110, 176. It rallied up over a previous resistance and it's making its way above that resistance, seeking to turn it to support. We can see that the DXY is starting to gather positive momentum. That means we would expect yields to increase, bond prices to fall, and the federal funds rate to increase in its forward projections. And let's see if that's a possibility. We can see that the dollar is gaining renewed strength because the probability of a 75 basis point increase is currently 67.8%, and that's in the next FOMC meeting. It's up from 64.7% 1 day ago, and 1 week ago it was 56.8%. So the probability of a very large rate increase is definitely on the cards. And when we look at the federal funds rate prediction for April 2023, it's currently 4.49%. We can see the US government yields, the 2-year, the 20-year, the 5-year, the 30-year, and the 10-year, all rebounding. All of these yields are in a very solid and significant uptrend. We've got a certain degree of weakening, but it looks like that weakening may be over. I say that because if we look at the federal funds rate prediction in April 2023, we can already see we're over multiple levels of resistance. We're starting to find support, and that would drive all of these yields higher. Looking through the main markets, we can see the VIX, the fear gauge of the stock market. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart and a deep explanation of this in TM6. We can see fear was coming out of the market. That pushed the major index of the NASDAQ 100 up, but we saw some testing of that particular once resistance line, now support line. But it's very, very early days. We can see that bond yields are increasing. That's pulling down bond prices. And with the bounce in the dollar, that's pulling gold down. And we can also see with the OPEC cuts, 2 million barrels per day, that's actually driving the price of oil up. Many analysts expect oil to reach $110 a barrel. And we're starting to get a bit of sensitivity in junk bonds. It looks like junk bonds may actually be signaling an increased risk appetite. That basically means that when junk bonds signal an increase in risk appetite means the fear comes out of the market and the market indices, the major ones, start to rally. When people first get into trading and investing, they want a simple, clear signal. Is it going up? Is it going down? What is the bottom? What is the top? Give me those things because I'll act on those. The problem is when you've been in financial markets for a long time, you know this certainty level just does not exist. In fact, it loses you money to think in that way. Instead, we actually migrate across to probability-based thinking. Zone 3 and Zone 4 is where you make money and you keep money. The way to prosper in Zone 3 and Zone 4 is to just understand indicators tend to fight with themselves. There's a lot of conflicting evidence inside the market, but you just weight it so that you get a clearer picture of what is likely to happen. We've seen a technical bounce in the markets, and fortunately, Bitcoin has been holding above the Armageddon line. What happens when an Armageddon line is actually breached? You can see a waterfall type sell-off. You don't want to be part of the market when these waterfall sell-offs occur. You have to be very careful of your support lines and your resistance lines. The market can be terrifying, but we use Rule 252, prepared and not scared. Fear is not the CEO of any of our lives, because if fear steps in as the CEO and guides anybody's decision making, it will guide decision making that is against the person. Acting on fear typically creates the thing that you fear. One thing that we see is the market, when we go down to the daily basis, the market is in a definite uptrend. Can it continue this way? Well, for the moment, the market is in an uptrend, and we've got to just take the market's word for that. But we always look at the indicators. What is the federal funds rate doing? What is the inflation rate data doing? What's oil doing? What's junk bonds doing? What's the dollar doing? What are the major indexes doing? This all paints a picture as to where the price can go. And the reason that we look at Bitcoin is because it can't escape the market's gravity, but your beloved cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity either. Looking at the longs and the shorts can give us a bit of an idea as to what is happening. We can see the longs came out of the market as they were getting liquidated. Then the shorts got liquidated, and then the longs got liquidated, and now the shorts are getting liquidated again. Let's check the statistics. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 62 million in liquidations, a very low amount of money, across 24,779 positions. Also a very low number of liquidations as well. And we can see over the past 24 hours, about 58% of total liquidations were long liquidations. What about the past 12 hours? About 53% long. The past 4 hours, about 64% short. And the past hour, nearly 74% short. The shorts are getting increasingly hit, but the longs were hit more in the past. And we can see that on these daily statistics. If we were actually to apply that to the chart, we can see that the longs got liquidated and then the shorts got liquidated, pushing the price back up, and the shorts are getting increasingly liquidated at the current time. Provided that price doesn't basically cross across the 19685 level, we're still in this uptrend. When we say no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, you can see that playing out here in the top alts. Ethereum following in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. BNB following in alignment, that's the blue line. Blue line is Bitcoin's gravity. We can see ADA following in alignment, but it's over-exaggerating the negative moves, which makes ADA quite weak at the moment. ADA and DOT have both been weak for quite some time. We've seen strength in Solana and especially XRP. We can see XRP following in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, just a little bit weaker at the moment, but coming into sync. And we can see Doge was quite under Bitcoin's gravity and then resynchronized with it. These resynchronization events can be worth an absolute fortune. You should keep your eye open for them. And we can see DOT again just under Bitcoin's gravity, and we can see Matic moving in alignment with Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin and then look at your alts, your bank balance will actually thank you. Let's have a look at the dynamic daily smart money buy and sell levels for Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin is currently trading at 20,101, just a little bit less now, and we can see that we have a smart money sell level at 22.10 and 97 cents and a smart money buy level at 19,993.57. We can also see lower levels of support at 19,610 and 19,427. Underneath that at 18,629 and 18,501. What we actually want to look at is what is the resistance above the 2210 mark, and you can see it's not much. There's not much structural resistance above Bitcoin's price at the moment. This could shock a lot of people if we manage to maintain an upward progression, even though the markets are so doom and gloom. we may see a very powerful move up to the 23,173 mark. This is why we've got to actually look at the probabilities across the market, but then look into what the actual structure of something is doing at the same time. One thing that every professional trader and investor must do is remove fear from their lives and replace it with courage. Crypto technical analysts use the positive excellence framework to gear their minds for profitability and sustainable fulfillment, meaning happiness and success. We talked yesterday in the comments about integrity. Integrity is incredibly important, but it's a thing that's not often discussed. Tiana shared a very interesting story about the application of AI for sports talent identification, seeking to identify future champions. The really interesting thing that Tiana says, I remember that the program result excluded athletes that cannot control anger or fear and athletes without patience. Basically, most characteristics from Ken's list were required to select future champions. And Tiana is talking about this list of positive excellence attributes. Positive excellence is required to get into Zone 3 and Zone 4. That's where we make money and we keep it. In Zones 1 and Zones 2, we just lose money. Anything you can do to create more positive excellence in your life will pay significant dividends, both short-term and long-term. Divine Art said, for me, integrity is courage and commitment to our inner truth and the courage to remain steadfast to positive excellence, not letting ourselves be pulled back into Zone 1 and Zone 2. Thank you, my friend. Sanjeev said, integrity to me is doing what you say and saying what you do. On top of that, it's doing the right thing when no one is looking. Thank you, Sanjeev. Oscar raises some really good points. Having a lack of integrity is always picked up by other people. Flamingo shared some really good insights. When I think of integrity, I have 4 people, all in their 80s and thriving, who come to mind. They don't take themselves too serious. They are honest. They are non-judgmental, but have discernment. They help others. They believe in second chances. They do not gossip, nor do they criticize. They create a purpose for themselves. They live in joy. They know that they are in control of their lives and the reality that they experience, and they live from their hearts as much more so from their heads. Thank you, Flamingo. Rajat said, I see integrity as coherence between my thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. Walking the talk. Nice one, Rajat. Art shared a very interesting comment. Art said, integrity is so important. If you don't have integrity, you don't have a soul. My first business was as a landscape and tree service company. I had a sign in my shop that said, you can come here with all the other positive attributes, but if you lack integrity, then you have no place in my company. And I fired people on the spot if I ever discovered them lying, cheating, or stealing from me or my customers or their co-workers. I was taught at a young age that your word is the most important asset you have. I now have a very small group of friends that I would trust with anything concerning me or my family. And they know they can trust me as well. Your integrity is everything. Guard it, my friends. Beautiful Art. And Determined to Hike said, integrity. I say what I mean and do what I say. Love it. And Michael said, to me, integrity is everything. You have nothing if you've lost your integrity. You are poor if you have lost sight of your principles. And I believe a lot of the time people can sense something is off when they deal with another who acts without integrity. Very much agreed, Michael. Ivan added a different dimension to it. It's doing the right thing even when life does not go your way. Integrity is not a thing of convenience, it's a thing of principle. John also shared some fantastic things. Integrity, your word is your bond. Being on time, showing respect to others. If you are reliable, you will naturally attract fellow people with integrity. to support one another in achieving a positive outcome in life. Thank you, John. Warren Buffett said, look for three things in a person: intelligence, energy, and integrity. If they don't have integrity, don't even bother with intelligence and energy. When I was lecturing first and second year statistics, I used the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really difficult numbers, to teach very advanced concepts. I introduced the concept of the traffic light to help you to understand how to borsog correctly. And I'm going to introduce the concept of a glass. Look at this mythical thing here. What's it about? It's all about integrity. Integrity values relationships over self-interest. When people have integrity, they're coming from a specific form of thinking, Zone 3 and Zone 4 thinking, which is abundance thinking. Therefore, they have abundance thinking pointers or markers, such as honesty, decency, being trustworthy, having empathy, and kindness. In Zones 1 and Zones 2, people are in poverty thinking. They're literally in survival mode. They think the world is out to get them, so they engage in that kind of relationship with the world. If the world has it in for you, are you going to act honestly? Well, if you act honestly, the world will just destroy you, so these people act with deception. But the problem with poverty thinking is that it breaks the glass. You can see the glass behind there is full in terms of its structure. But when the glass breaks, you can't put it back together without it being fractured. Each specific instance of a lack of integrity will crack your glass. Being deceptive will crack the glass. Being rude will crack the glass. Being unreliable will crack the glass. Blaming will definitely shatter the glass. And acting in your own self-interest and not having empathy will destroy your glass. And it can become very easy to detect people with a lack of integrity because their glass is either shattered or cracked. They say things that are just patently untrue. And one of the things that you must be aware of in the crypto space, unfortunately, some leaders of some projects lack integrity, and they bring down their projects and they steal from the people that invest in them. You must be very careful. If you find a lack of integrity, you must just exit. One thing integrity brings is also humility, or the process of being humble. You don't have to be the best in the world to just deserve a place in this world. A question is, if a person breaks their own glass, can they ever form a fresh and new glass? Yes, absolutely, this is possible, but it actually requires a dedication to positive excellence. We choose our position in life. We can stay in Zone 1 and Zone 2 and crack our glass time and time again, or we can move into Zone 3 and Zone 4 and have integrity. That may mean we go a little bit more slowly in life, but our progress is earned. You can see that little word, integrity, is such a powerful one. And one of the key things to understand, integrity, when a person has integrity, they value personal relationships above their own self-interest. And they think from an abundance mindset. They don't think, you must lose for me to win. That wouldn't even cross their mind. And as Warren Buffett, and indeed as Art said, when integrity is lacking, it doesn't matter how talented that person is. They've already destroyed their chances of promotion or even staying in a business. And it doesn't have to be a business, it can be a relationship as well. The next time you look at a wine glass or a glass that you're going to drink water out of, think about your integrity. How can you make your glass always stay solid? And the pathway to integrity always begins with empathy. If people don't have empathy, if they don't care about what happens to other people, of course they will act with a lack of integrity because it wouldn't even cross their mind to think about others. In the comments today, I thought it would be absolutely brilliant to talk about empathy and how it can be the doorway into integrity. Empathy is a very, very important character trait to have. It will take you out of Zone 1 and Zone 2 and pop you into Zone 3 and Zone 4. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, so it doesn't surprise us to see Bitcoin's price down and the entire cryptocurrency global market cap down as well. It's down 0.45% to 962.35 billion. The greatest gainers over the past 24 hours, Helium rising out in front, 8.56% up. Ethereum name service, 6.39% up. Trust Wallet, TWT, up 3.43%. XRP, up 3.08%. And Convex Finance, up 2.5% approximately. The greatest losers in the top 100, XDC down 4.7%, Luna C down 2.99%, Ravencoin down 2.51%, Quant down about 2.5%, LDO 2.4% down. Each and every day we do the CTKS Creed. That helps to prime our minds for profitability in crypto's volatile market. The CTKS Creed is simply a series of positive affirmations that we say to ourselves. To get into abundance thinking, we say, I know the universe wants me to succeed. To increase integrity and therefore success in our lives, we say, every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. To break ourselves out of anxiety and potentially even depression, we say, I know opportunities and life reset daily. To break ourselves out of a poverty mindset, we say, I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. To stop fear of missing out and fear uncertainty and doubt, we say, I start small and scale with Borsog. To create abundance thinking, we say, life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. To make sure that we keep what we earn, we say, I am dedicated and committed. Life is always giving us learning opportunities. To capture those learning opportunities, we must do something really specific, and that is say, I win or learn and never blame. Blame stops learning. And if we don't learn, we can't effectively earn. We'll just keep on repeating behaviors that put us behind the 8 ball. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. If you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do each and every day here, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and please note I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Thank you also to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto and stock markets, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and also the Crypto Trading KS Masterclass. Using the links in the description of this video, please seek out a CTKS ambassador to get 80% off. And if you're in financial hardship, you can apply for the CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship. The link is in the description as well. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.